Is pick me inherently a white girl characteristic?
No. I think it's women that have probably been betrayed by other women, so they've
That's an excellent point. I've never thought of that.
evolved to just
Hate on women.
yeah, and feel like safer with men.
What I find interesting is I know a lot of like uber liberal women that are pick-me's, and I'm like, what happened to fucking, power to the feminism, bitch? Like, what's going on here right now?
Oh.
And then it's like you're still giving the man the power even though you hate men and go women. What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
It's so fair.
Honestly,
it's weird
the whole
behavior.
pick me like analogy, I really didn't even know what it was until like kind of more recent. I felt like it started to get like pushed on social media all of a sudden, like reality TV or like certain influencers, like if they were beefing, one of them would get called a pick me. You know what I mean? Like it started to become this like popular term.
Pop culture term as fuck.
Exactly. But like when I think back, like growing up and whatever, I would just say like she's a fucking bitch or she's annoying. Like I would never even know the term pick me.
Yeah, like don't be soft about it. I think we should bring back like, wow, what a fucking bitch. What a cunt.
Also with the pick me, like the definition is so loose, it kind of gets used in the wrong.
It does because people don't know the definition. What is the definition?
I don't even know what the definition is.
Wow, that's fucked up that we're doing. Is a slang term for a person who goes out of their way to seek approval, validation, or attention from a specific group, usually the opposite sex, by distancing themselves from their own demographic.
So they're distancing
I'm not like other girls.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like other girls.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not like other girls, belittling other women, performing interests. That's the perfect terminology. I've had people call me a pick-me.
Oh, I've been called a pick-me.
And I'm like, what do you mean? And it's because we have just like hobbies that other people can relate to, for example.
Men can relate to.
Exactly. So like a girl will call you a pick-me because like this guy will go on about like, I don't know, some fucking car shit and you're like fucking dialed in on it.
I've had to downplay myself in a lot of areas because I don't want to come off as a pick-me, even though genuinely that's just what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So, like I feel like there's been situations where I could have an opinion on that because I actually have the knowledge. But I know that if I speak up, people are going to perceive that as me being a pick-me. So I just hold back and I don't say it,
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I feel like you've probably been in similar situations too, because you're like super into sports, for instance. So I'm sure there's been times where someone's saying something and you actually know they're wrong or you want to chime in, but you're like, well, like you probably pause and think to yourself like, yeah, but like what's that going to seem like, right? Which is so shitty because it's like, it is just a hobby. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like you don't like sports because you're trying to get into a bunch of guys' pants. You like sports because you grew up in that environment and it was just always in your face.
And it's just a relatable topic of conversation. And if I don't know people and I'm trying to relate on that level, it's like, if they're talking about it, I'm going to chime in. I'm not trying to be like, oh, cool girl or whatever, right? Yeah. So I think a lot of people do think that's pick-me behavior.
Yeah.
But pick-me is definitely when like you can tell someone is insecure and trying to make someone else like look bad.
To make themselves look better.
Yeah. Like I literally had a girl, I'll never fucking forget this. I have alopecia and I've worn wigs to all these events. So nobody at this time had like, I haven't like followed anyone on social media. Like nobody knows.
Yeah.
And we were going on and on about like who's going to get into the Super Bowl. We were talking about the teams and like I'm not a huge football person, but I was just chatting.
Yeah.
And she full on interrupts by walking into like the group and going, oh my gosh, I love that wig color on you. Like, which one is this? And fully knows
what a fucking cunt.
Yeah, like fully knows. And the guys are like, wait, what? And I'm like, and my friends were like, what? Took her aside. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, right? Like, just because I was getting some semi-attention like that. But I've been in situations where I haven't done a specific thing and someone has to like point out how like lame that is or whatever to make me like attempt to look bad in front of other people because they're insecure about themselves.
But what's so funny about that is they're always the ones that look dumb in the end.
That's the whole thing, right? It's like you end up looking bad when you act like a pick-me.
Do you think that most girls that are pick-me's realize they're being pick-me's?
I think they genuinely either are so insecure they're unaware that they're making these decisions or they're just fucking bitches and they know they're a bitch. They don't give a fuck. But
why would you even be like that?
The need for male validation that way creates pick-me's. And like if you just remove yourself from needing that validation, you wouldn't like try to throw other bitches under the bus for no reason.
Yeah. Exactly.
At work and in life. Even at work, it's like they're trying to assert dominance.
Yeah. How do you feel like pick-me energy comes out at work with women?
I feel like maybe in meetings, they never had a conversation with you about something, but then in a group setting, they go like, well, I did ask you to like do this and you didn't get it done. So it would be nice if you would. Like type of thing.
They tear you down.
Yeah. Fully. And it's like, what the fuck? Like that was never a conversation, but they just like try to make themselves like, I did do my due diligence.
In public, they're all like, but in private, they can't even have the conversation directly with you. How would you deal with that?
I'm direct. Like on the call, I would be like, oh, like we actually never had that conversation, but like I have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
But just like be very like, hold your shit together. And then afterwards, I would have a private conversation like, hey, like have a conversation with me. Do not do that publicly. You're also incorrect.
Yeah.
Like you never told me to do that.
If you have a fucking problem, say it to my face.
Talk to me personally. Like do not try to like embarrass me publicly at work, like humiliate me on that level. Yeah. Because it won't go well for you. You have to assert a little dominance.
The threat.
It won't go well for you.
I feel like a lot of people also associate pick-me's with like girls that take guys' sides before women's sides.
True. Even our podcast will be like, actually, we understand that. And they're like, wow, pick me. And I'm like, actually, they're not picking any of us, by the way. Like, literally, this isn't about like...
I feel like it's unfair to call a woman a pick me if she sides with a man's opinion just based on the fact that she's siding with the man. Like, yeah, I don't think that's being a pick me. She might be legitimately agreeing with that opinion.
1000%.
And you're allowed to have a different opinion than other women. I think it's kind of fucked up because partially I feel like we've gotten to a place in society where it's like you always have to side with the women in the room or else you're a pick me.
Yeah, or else you're a bitch, like fully. And it's like, how could you disagree? Because like, you know, be one of us, like we stand together.
Yeah, if we're the same gender, that means we all feel the same way about everything ever. That's like, we don't even think that. Like, you're allowed to have a different opinion than we have. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We got called pick-me's when we were saying that we would rather work with men than women because women get so emotional and worked up in situations and tend to not be able to control the drama and the emotions of it all. So it's sometimes easier to work with men because they're way more direct to the point and they don't fucking cry at work. And
as a general sense,
when we said that, we got called pick-me's.
And we're like
on TikTok,
like trying to get men's attention.
We don't want that to be the case, but in our experience, that has been the case.
Because we think women bring so much to the table, but they just don't know how to like go about certain situations.
That if women can control their emotions and be as cold as a man is and like so black and white
at work,
then they are better than a man.
1000%.
But a lot of women naturally aren't in that place and they have to work to be that way.
Because it's hard.
Is calling that out us being pick-me's? Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Because I don't even know the fucking answer. I don't think it is because I'm thinking like, well, I'm not trying to distance myself from women because I
wish
think
they would join me right here. Like, holy fuck.
I wish that they would join me in that sense, but it's like not all, and some of them do, but not all of them do. The majority of them don't, right?
Yeah.
It's and we've worked with a lot of women that are very fucking emotional.
Oh, and it's like brutal to deal with when you're not in that mindset. So what if it was like all women at work?
You think that would eliminate pick-me's?
I think to a degree, maybe. I genuinely think it really does have to do with men. Like you want to be picked,
I agree.
Chosen.
I
so
think
if you
honestly, when I think back,
equation,
if I think back, I'm like, I don't think there's been a ton of situations where I've been in a room full of women where there was a pick-me. It's always when the man is there. Then it's a whole different fucking ball game.
Different ball game. Is that pick me? Is that pick me of me? Hot girls watch baseball. They fucking do.
How have you dealt with a pick me at work or in life in general? Like,
well, at work, if I could fire them, I would. But I just choose to remove myself from them as a whole. Like, I don't even waste my time because you can. But in life, like, I literally, like, stop hanging out with people. Like, I phase them out if I notice that behavior.
Yeah.
And then other than that, if I see it happening in real time, like, I am confrontational, unfortunately, for the pick-me's. Like, I will be like, okay, yeah, what was your point? And they're kind of, like, frozen in time because they actually were not expecting me to rebuttal whatsoever. And and they're like, well, I'm like, what's your point?
Yeah.
If you keep the tone chill, you can just kind of take the power back because they're trying to take the power, right?
Yeah.
Because their point is to make you look like shit. And they can't say that out loud. And it just makes them stop in their tracks. And everyone's like,
do you think that you could fix a pick-me?
Therapy.
Yeah.
Like, actually, it's all to do with insecurity. So, like, if you actually just didn't need male validation, didn't need to have that need to feel secure through other people, then you wouldn't be out here trying to make someone look like shit or make yourself feel better that way. You would just be confident. Call out your pick me behavior if you have it, because there are ways to fix it. Like, you genuinely need to find the root cause of, like, why am I doing this at work to belittle women, or even to your friends maybe.
If you are somebody that tears other women down and you think that that's going to get you further in your friendships or your career or with a man, I think 100% of the time it's going to backfire on you.
And if you're someone who's experiencing that level of pick-me behavior, like with friends or at work, just know that you keeping your composure is going to go a lot longer than them being a bitch to you.
Totally.
Call out the behavior, but in a way that's productive and that like makes you look like the bigger person. It's not me, it's you. Like, that's what you could say to the pick me. It's not me, it's you. And I will not be picking you today. You've been kicked off the island, you fucking pick me.
Oh my God. Okay, well,
we've beat this pick me horse to death.
Yeah, this fucking pick me horse has been beat.
Don't be a pick me this summer.
Okay, you hoes.
Guess it's time for us to go.
Thank you so much for listening and
oh my
watching.
God, he's so hot.
And we will see you next Friday.
Bye.